Welcome to this week's Guide Roundtable. I'm your host, Ryan Anderson. I'm here with the Wyoming Fly Fishing Pro staff, Preludes, Chad Wiedemann, also known as Seaweed, and Josh Ruby.
Seaweed, that's new.
Yeah, Seaweed.
Why does he get a cool nickname?
Because you're not fish.
That's true. What about Josh?
It's tough.
Pretzel bones. Big shoes.
Lots to fill.
But, so anyway, we've been blessed with really warm temperatures. It's been in the 60s lately. Crazy got his flip-flops on. And yeah, it's been really nice. What happened before that was a big snowstorm, so that kind of melted off quick. We've been having some clarity issues at Gray Reef. So it's been in, it's been out, but when we get that window of opportunity, the fishing has been really good. Craig, you've been out lately. How's the fishing been?
It's actually really good. You know, the cool thing about here is we have a lot of different options as to where to fish. You know, we've been doing days in the Afterbay, we've been doing days on the Mile, and then we've been doing days on the Reef. And it kind of seems like the spurts of mud that are coming out of those creeks are sporadic. So one day the Reef will be fishable, the next day it's, it'll have a big puke.
So you call them sporadic spurts then?
Sporadic spurts.
Okay.
Sometimes they're premature spurts.
Yeah, there's that. Anyways. It's fun.
No, the fishing's been good, man. I was up at the Mile today. Went and floated the Miracle Mile. We're the only ones up there. Those boats out of our shop, and the river's clear. I think it's at 850 right now, and the fishing was good. I really like it up there. I like fishing something a little bit different than what we usually do. Really windy. We had to fight that wind today, but red sandworm and a pine squirrel leech and an egg fished really well. I fished pretty short, about 3 feet to an AB from my indicator to my weight. We found a lot of big fish. The cool thing about it there right now is that those fish are really hot. And they're pretty big fish. I found today that the average fish we're catching is a little bit bigger than Gray Reef right now. I think a lot of those reef fish are the big fish are on the spawning beds, and so you don't find a lot of those big giant fish right now on the runs on the Reef. But
yeah,
at the Mile they seem to be in those runs, and it was a lot of fun. So
perfect.
Chad.
Say again.
Chad. Seaweed.
Seaweed.
You've been to the Reef lately. How's it been?
It's good. I've been kind of following Gray a little bit and fishing.
Why would you do that?
Fishing like just an egg and a leech, and it's.
I don't do that.
It works good. I ditched the three fly rig, and it's working out great. Less angles. It's all about production out there.
So Josh, what's up? You've been out a lot lately.
Yeah, well, every day since you're a slave driver, but besides that, it's been really good. It's been a long spring already. We've had a lot of trips, and obviously our 3 feet of snow had to melt at some point, so we've run into some color in the water. But as usual, the Reef keeps fishing even when we think it won't. So maybe the other day we might have had a foot and a half of visibility, and we probably caught 60 fish. You just adjust to maybe a little longer leader, a little more weight, and big flies, big rockworms, leeches, stay with the egg pattern maybe, but just keep it down in their face, and as long as you know where those fish are stacked up, the fishing was fantastic.
They know what they look like.
Yeah, it's just a little shadow in the water, right?
Yeah.
So they know what they're looking for, like you said.
Color plays in too, I think. I think that little bit of purple that we run on our leeches, and the old good old trusty butterscotch will get you by when times are a little bit slow and tough.
Yeah.
And I've been relying on the rockworm in the afternoon. That's just been my Joe Montana touchdown pass. It's been the best.
You gotta catch them between coughs. That's they're coughing from all the dirt.
Well, that's the funny thing. Dirty water days, you see fish just like jumping and leaping around, and our client's like, "Oh, another rise! Is there a hatch?" Yeah, no, it's really they're just coming up for air. It's fine.
Just coughing some dirt up. Didn't you see one just like jump over the bow?
We did. I saw one just jump over the bow of Chad's boat, and his client thought he had him on, but never set. It just jumped right over.
All 3 flies are still there.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Still getting a great drift. Just stay with it.
So, a little bit of news, the cable to cable is now closed, so don't fish that. The sheriff usually is sitting down there by the second cable issuing tickets, so don't fish through that section, just kind of row on through. You know, if you, like I said a couple weeks ago, if you need a little bit more water, go on down to Government Bridge. But also the afterbay, you know, there's a lot of folks because of the clarity of Gray Reef that are fishing the afterbay, and there is a ton of spawning fish in there. So be mindful of the spawning fish in the afterbay as well.
Stay in the runs.
Yeah, you know, there's plenty of deep runs out there stuffed with fish. You know, you don't have to go to those blonde spots and have somebody on the bridge pointing at your fish. So.
And that's not just the afterbay, guys. There's no reason to fish tailouts and flats. We have long, giant, deep runs on the reef. There's plenty of water to fish, and there's plenty of feeding fish at that.
Yeah.
You know, and half the time, a lot of those spawning fish back off those beds anyways, and they'll feed parts of the day anyways. So you want to follow those guys who are catching fish in a foot of water. That's fine. That's your thing. But there's plenty of feeding fish and take care of our fishery. You really want to respect those fish and let them spawn. You know, let them repopulate this river, because that's what's really important.
Yeah. I mean, it's an ethics thing.
It's 1 month out of the year, guys.
You're on a river with 7,000 fish per mile.
Yeah.
And there's no point to go and take the easy road and fish to fish that you can see in under a foot of water.
Fish,
you know, guys, this fishery is a wild fishery. You know, we have a huge natural spawn, and you know, if you want to keep it as good as it is, and if you want to be able to enjoy this 10 years from now and have your kids enjoy it when they get to age, you know, stay off those reds, man. You know, Josh, it looks like that weather's going to warm up. It's going to be really nice this week, and you know, if that snow's finally done melting, there's not much left out there. But
right, for me, that's golfing weather. But you know, for most of you guys, you want to come and fish with us.
You do have a day off tomorrow, don't you, Josh?
Yeah, well, this is kind of when I started telling Ryan I'm more into the half days, so I can golf in the afternoon. But besides that, yeah, the weather is improving, and you know, it's just going to cycle this snow out, which we're just about there anyways. So the river's going to turn right back on, and what we noticed today at Alcova Dam was them, you know, moving up and down with the water below the dam, which usually means that they're getting ready for a little push of water.
High water's coming.
Yeah, they're testing the turbines and whatnot, making sure there's nothing going on. So, you know, like they told us, it was supposed to be about a week ago, but they are going to kick the flows up here real shortly, which is going to flush all that dirty water through. We're going back to great flows and good water.
You know, I looked at the average the other day, Josh, for the snowpack, and it was at like 115%.
Oh yeah,
average for the
we're going to see a great late spring and summer. You know, as long as things go well, we get our normal spring rains and whatnot, we should have a high flow this summer as well, which is exactly what we want.
That's right.
That'd be fun to start fishing to the banks again, like we did a few years ago. So
quit staring at the dish.
Yeah, staring in the middle of the river and staring at that ugly guy on the other side.
Yeah, you're always over there.
But yeah. So yeah, like Josh was saying, we got some great weather coming up. Thursday I know looks beautiful. Thursday through the weekend, we do still have a few boats available. It's starting to fill up, but yeah, it looks like it should be great fishing, and the reef is fishing great. So, Chad, what are we going to leave the folks with?
Fish where they feed, not where they breed, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
So yeah, thank you all for tuning in to this week's Guide Roundtable, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
So on a more sad note, a lot of us lost a really good friend in fly fishing guide Jameson Franz. He guided for Ugly Bug and Crazy Rainbow, and you know, we were just all chatting about some great days that we had with him on the water, and he was a great friend, and he truly will be missed. So cheers, Jamie. We love you.
Cheers, Jamie.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, let me try. Sometimes it just flows, dude.
Red leather, yellow leather,
red leather.
It's right. Scotch. We'll now talk.
That was good. That was good.
Stop. Just let me talk to America. We'll now talk to Chad Wiedemann. So Craig Wiedemann.
Hey, I'd like to lead again.
Let's start there. That's awful.
Just been fishing.
Balls deep in that bitch.
Is that what you wanted?
I'm surfing the reef.
So Chad, you've been out on the river lately. How's it been?
That ain't gonna work.
He's a saboteur.
Right, too soon. Too soon.
He's a saboteur.
I was bad too. It's fine.
But he sabotages.
Too soon.
Josh, like,
Too soon.
We have like the best take.
Let's take a break. Let's let Josh get another.
the reef comes through in the darkest of night.
Oh, that's what I felt like I was saying.
You were covered in it.
Like Will Ferrell, he's like, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah.
You were blacked out. When all other goddesses have bowed down to the color of the water, the reef presents us with the opportunity.
That's good, Craig.
It was good.